Hello. So yesterday at about 9:30 in the morning, I had an ACDF at level C6, C7, and I spent the night in the intensive care unit, and I came home late this afternoon, and I'm home. And I feel pretty good. As you can tell, my surgeon didn't really damage my vocal cords at all. I came back with my voice pretty much the same as it was before. I am in some discomfort. My throat hurts, it hurts to swallow. My shoulders are pretty sore. I'm in the Aspen collar, which is, not super comfortable, but not too bad. I haven't needed to take any narcotic painkiller since probably about an hour or two after I woke up from surgery. And I'm using this breathing device to kind of open up my lungs after surgery. I do have some kind of congestion in my lungs, and I'm kind of hacking up a bit, which is a little uncomfortable on the throat, as you can imagine. But really, all in all, not too bad. My symptoms going in, I wasn't really in a lot of pain. I had some numbness and weakness to my right hand and arm, and I still do. I still feel the numbness, and I'm still a little bit weak, but they say that should start to resolve over time, that I'm still kind of swollen from surgery. But all in all, really not as bad as I feared it would be, and I'm feeling pretty good. So I will update you in a week or so, and you can see how I progress through my recovery. Hello, it's Saturday, July 28th, so it's been 3 days since my ACDF surgery, and it's a really lovely, sunny, warm day, so I thought I'd come sit out on my deck and record this message. I'm feeling good. The swallowing is better. There's still a little ways to go. It doesn't hurt so much to swallow just on my own. Swallowing food is sore, and I'm feeling it kind of between my shoulder blades in the back, almost like it's like a muscular thing now, and less just super aggravated from the surgery. One thing I am noticing though is that I'm getting this tickle in my throat. I think as the esophagus sort of heals and goes back into place, and that is difficult because you want to kind of cough and clear your throat, and that hurts a lot. So I've been just sort of sucking on a lot of lozenges, and that's been helping. But I'm feeling pretty good. I've been sleeping in my recliner, sleeping through the night. Actually, last night I went to sleep at like 10:30 and woke up about 8 with this hard collar on, and it wasn't the most amazing night's sleep I ever had, but it was fine. I was unconscious most of the night, and that's a good thing. I took a short walk today outside, and I'm feeling like I can really move around and do stuff, and it is tempting, and it is I have a tendency to kind of overdo it, so I'm trying to stay sort of calm and not reach for as much stuff as I want to, and bend down and pick stuff up off the ground. And I definitely have the feeling that I could very easily pick up a 5-pound jar of something, but they're telling me not to, so I'm not. But I don't feel super restricted. I feel inconvenienced by this thing, uncomfortable, but really not too bad. I'll just show you, I'll take this off for a while. I've got some gauze here from where they took off the dressing after surgery. They kind of pulled up a bit of my skin, and it's rubbing on the collar, so there's some gauze here to sort of just help it try to heal a little bit. But you can see the incision. I think that the darkness that you see is the pen that he used to mark where the incision would be, and not a big bloody wound. I don't think it's that bad under there. But day 3 doing pretty good, and I'll keep updating you as I go.
Okay.
The 8th, so it's been 3 days since my ACDF surgery, and it's a really lovely, sunny, warm day, so I thought I'd come sit out on my deck and record this message. I'm feeling good. The swallowing is better. There's still a little ways to go. It doesn't hurt so much to swallow just on my own. Swallowing food is sore, and I'm feeling it kind of between my shoulder blades in the back, almost like it's like a muscular thing now, and less just super aggravated from the surgery. One thing I am noticing though is that I'm getting this tickle in my throat. I think as the esophagus sort of heals and goes back into place, and that is difficult because you want to kind of cough and clear your throat, and that hurts a lot. So I've been just sort of sucking on a lot of lozenges, and that's been helping. But I'm feeling pretty good. I've been sleeping in my recliner, sleeping through the night. Actually, last night I went to sleep at like 10:30 and woke up about 8 with this hard collar on, and it wasn't the most amazing night's sleep I ever had, but it was fine. I was unconscious most of the night, and that's a good thing. I took a short walk today outside, and I'm feeling like I can really move around and do stuff, and it is tempting, and it is I have a tendency to kind of overdo it, so I'm trying to stay sort of calm and not reach for as much stuff as I want to and bend down and pick stuff up off the ground. And like, I definitely have the feeling that I could very easily pick up a 5-pound jar of something, but they're telling me not to, so I'm not. But I don't feel super restricted. I feel inconvenienced by this thing, uncomfortable, but really not too bad. I'll just show you, I'll take this off for a while. I've got some gauze here from where they took off the dressing after surgery. They kind of pulled up a bit of my skin, and it's rubbing on the collar, so there's some gauze here to sort of just help it try to heal a little bit. But you can see the incision. I think that the darkness that you see is the pen that he used to mark where the incision would be, and not a big bloody wound. I don't think it's that bad under there. But day 3, doing pretty good, and I'll keep updating you as I go. Hello, it is Wednesday, August 1st, which means it's been 1 week since my ACDF, which was on Wednesday, July 25th. And I'm feeling pretty good. I actually had my first post-op appointment this morning with the surgeon, and he said that he likes the look of my recovery so far. And kind of big news, he said I don't really have to wear this collar very much anymore. I should still wear it in the car and walking around, but he said that he doesn't really need me to keep sleeping in it, which is pretty big news because I've been sleeping in a recliner, which has been okay, but certainly not as comfortable as sleeping in my own bed. So I might try that tonight, although I'm a little bit worried about it because it seems unusual that this early in my recovery I don't have to do that. I can see from a lot of other people's experiences with ACDF that they have to wear their collar for like 6 to 8 weeks or something, and for me to be told after 1 week I don't have to wear it seems a little fast and loose with the rules of recovery. But basically the doctor said that the hardware is in place, my bone is strong, it's screwed in right, and moving around in my sleep is not going to cause damage to the place where he installed the hardware, and so that I could probably get away with it if I wanted to. I'll see how I feel about that. I'm not sure. He thinks that I am well on track to return to work at the end of August as per our original plan. I have not taken a painkiller since a few hours after surgery. I have not really experienced a lot of pain with this surgery. There was some incision site pain, you know, a few days after surgery. I certainly felt a lot of muscle pain in between my shoulders, but I think that's really more from holding my head in this position. One thing I'm noticing, which is kind of weird, my swallowing is much better, but when I swallow food or something, not just, you know, when I swallow, but if I'm actually drinking something, I can feel it in my left shoulder. And the surgeon explained to me today that there's a muscle that, you know, runs sort of from your throat and wraps around to your shoulder. And for whatever reason, mine is a little bit disturbed still from surgery. It's not terribly painful. It's just, you know, a sensation that I definitely notice. I can show you. I still have the steri-strip on. The doctor says in about a week that's going to start getting kind of gross, and I could probably peel it off, you know, getting out of the shower if I wanted to, if it kind of felt ready to go. But it's not bothering me, so I don't, you know, feel any real need to get rid of it. I have a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a rash on my chin just from having this thing up on me all the time. But again, nothing too bad, and a week out, I'm feeling pretty good. In fact, I'm feeling like I can do lots of things that I know I'm not supposed to, so that's frustrating. Like, I definitely feel like it would be no problem for me to reach up in my refrigerator and grab a big, you know, gallon of milk and pour it out, but I'm not supposed to, and I will not do it. But I definitely feel like I could if I wanted to. I don't feel very limited, and I feel pretty good. So this is me at 1 week, and I hope my recovery continues to go smoothly. Hello, today is Wednesday, August 8th. And it is 2 weeks since my ACDF, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not wearing the collar anymore. The doctor said I could basically stop wearing it. I wear it in the car, and I wear it when I'm out and about, just to sort of remind me to, you know, be careful, and also to kind of remind other people to be careful of me. I find it's just sort of helpful to have something on your neck that tells people that you need to be a little wary. But, you know, I can move my head pretty well. There's some tightness in the back of my neck for sure. But, you know, all in all, I'm definitely feeling, you know, much more normal. The strips are still on, although I think they're about ready to come off, and the doctor said that I could actually peel them off at about 2 weeks, which is today, because he said they'd get kind of gross, and he's right, they're kind of getting gross. But I'm going to leave them for at least another day or two and just see if they peel off on their own. But really, you know, I'm feeling much more kind of back to normal. I know it's still early days and I need to be careful still. Sleeping is a little tough. I don't need to sleep with the collar anymore, but I find that I want to stay in this sort of rigid position on my back. I don't want to turn over onto my side or onto my stomach as I would normally do. So that means that I'm waking up with really tense, tight shoulder muscles from just holding myself in this rigid position. But the doctor gave me permission to get a massage, so I'm actually going to get a massage tomorrow to kind of try to loosen up those muscles a little bit and bring me some relief. He told me last week that I could start to drive this week, I still don't feel quite ready to do that, but I think that over the next couple of days I should be. Like I said, I can move my head. I just don't know how comfortable I am if I had to suddenly look over here really quickly and whip my head around. I don't think I'm quite ready for that, and you know, sometimes you have to do that when you're driving. So when I do start driving, I'll have to be very kind of careful and be in the slow lane, but I think that can be pretty soon. I'm not really noticing anything with my swallowing anymore. I do have a weird sensation kind of in the back of my left shoulder still when I swallow, and the doctor said that there's a muscle there that could have gotten a little aggravated during the surgery, but it seems to be getting a little bit better. So all in all, 2 weeks in, pretty good. I'm supposed to have 2 more full weeks on disability after this, and I don't think I'm gonna need it. I need this week, and I will probably take next week, but then I think I'm gonna return to work a week early. I just don't think I need the extra week at home once I'm able to drive. I think I'm ready to go back to work, but we'll play it by ear. So this is 2 weeks, and I will check in again when there's something to report. Hello, it is August 18th, which means it's been 24 days since my surgery, I think, 24 days. And so the steri strips have come off, and this is the scar. It's, you know, kind of significant right now, but I can already feel that it's sort of going down. It's kind of in like a ridge, and it feels like there's like a little caterpillar on my neck, which is a little gross, but you know, they say it starts to fade pretty fast. So the latest thing is that I've been given this, which is a bone stimulator, or a, you know, bone growth stimulator, was brought to me the other day, and you have to use it every day at the exact same time of day. So for me, that's 7 p.m. and it's 6:58 right now, so I'll show you how it works. And you use it for a half an hour every single day, and it helps stimulate the bone growth and the fusion. And they say that it shaves off significant time in the fusion process, so that's a good thing. It's a little tricky to find a 30-minute time slot that you can devote to it every day. They really stressed that it had to be at the exact same time every day, which is a little tricky. So I landed on 7 p.m. because I figured I'm home from work by then, and it's before dinner, and it's, you know, kind of a quiet time. And also, for example, it's Saturday night, and I'm gonna go out to dinner tonight with my husband. So, you know, 7 p.m., you're done by 7:30, you can still go out and have a Saturday night. So the way that it works is you take this little cushion here and kind of put it in the middle of your neck so that this is, you know, above and below the fusion site. So I will do that. And then you just kind of lean up against it, which is, you know, it's no more uncomfortable than the collar was, but it's a little awkward. And then at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna do it. It's 6:59. I think it's okay. You just push this button down, hold it for 3 seconds, and it's on. And it kind of counts down for you 30 minutes. So then you just sit here with it for 30 minutes. So, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I've been driving for a week, and I've got a pretty good range of motion back and forth. I'm not really looking up, and I'm not really looking down. I don't know if I should or shouldn't be. I'm just not. I have my next follow-up appointment with the surgeon a week from Monday, so I'll do what he says I can do. And I'm assuming that that point is when we'll start talking about physical therapy. I was going to go back to work this coming Monday. I feel fine. I feel like I could go back to work. I still technically had 1 more week in my disability, and I was talked into taking the extra week by the surgeon and by the guy that brought me this thing. The idea, of course, being to take as much time as you can to rest and heal as much as you can before you get back into your life, so that you give yourself the best chance of a successful surgery. And my dog. And I agree with that, so that's what I'm gonna do. So that's basically it. I will check back in with you in a couple weeks, and we'll take it from there. Today is August 29th. It's been a month and a couple of days since my surgery. On Monday, I had my 1-month checkup with my surgeon, and he's basically given me the all clear to return to life as normal. He says I can move my head however I want to, not to push through pain, which is fairly obvious, I should think. He is recommending 6 weeks of physical therapy for range of motion, and also to start building some strength back into my right arm, which was numb from the nerve compression, but is still numb and still weak. I don't actually notice any difference in my numbness and my weakness since before surgery. It's the same. He's telling me that I've got about 18 months where he can expect some of that to reverse, but I am trying to prepare myself for the concept that it may never resolve, and that I might always have some numbness in these fingers and a little bit of weakness in this arm. I don't love that, but I can live with it. Hopefully it will still get better. I think that he was sort of expecting it to have started to get better by now. So there is a chance that for me, that nerve damage is not going to be reversible. But I think for the majority of people, it is. That's my understanding, at least. If you do have this numbness before surgery, very, very often it is reversed with surgery. Hopefully that will eventually be the case for me, but nothing different yet. So that's it. I think this will be my last update, but I wanted to give you a sense of what this surgery is like to go through in the first month after recovery. Really, all things considered, not so bad. You know, not a good time, but really, it wasn't painful. It was a little boring at times. My muscles were sore from holding my head in a neutral position all the time. But I feel pretty much back to normal now. The scar is going to do what it's going to do over the next year or so. Hopefully it'll fade significantly. I am expecting for that to happen. And I'll do some physical therapy and keep using this bone growth stimulator, and that'll be that. I have my next x-ray in a couple of months, actually on Halloween. So, you know, if there's something significant to report then, maybe I'll update you at that point. But for now, that's it. For everyone out there going through this, I wish you the best of luck and speedy recovery, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Bye.